Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Get over it. Yeah. We are here all together because this is the last. We have only 2 days more of friends here. So uh, my moon in Gemini, in my moon in Sagittarius, is trying to take benefit of the last days before I am alone. So of course that as all these days, I am not gonna speak for 2 hours about the same topic as I usually do. I will come back to do this 2 hours when I start to be alone again and not many things to do. I will try to make a summary of what I wrote, which I think it was straight to the point, what I wanted to share today, which is the topic related to intelligence. Today, related to the throat chakra. And I will explain why the throat chakra intelligence. So the throat chakra is a point also called the third ear, because if you draw a line from the two ears and then you connect it to the throat chakra, you will have like this kind of triangle, like this. So these two here are the ones that receive the information from the outside, and this one here is the one that helps you to listen to your own voice. So it's like the third ear, because you can listen to yourself through this. The third ear, the voice, is the one that allows you to connect to the world horizontally, to speak with others, to relate with others. Also, vertically is the middle point that connects you with the mind in the brain and the heart here. So we connect through horizontally and vertically with the throat chakra. So we can tell here that the throat chakra is the middle point of connection of a lot of data, information that relates us from within to the outside and the others, sharing, speaking information, listening to our own information within, and up and down, connecting the heart and the mind, sharing the data of emotion and thoughts. So we could say that the throat chakra is the center that shares all the information in the body. The throat chakra is the one that shares information, the ones that assume information, absorb information. So that's why we relate this chakra with education, with the process of learning, teaching, and everything that has relation with acknowledging something. So related to education, the throat chakra would be this point where you have different points of view that you have to connect to each other. Like, for example, you have the point of view from the heart, the point of view from the mind, the point of view from the outside, the point of view from within. So we have so many different point of views that they have to match to each other to try to understand the connections to each other, so you can see the whole, okay, the entire idea of it, and assimilate that. Acknowledging that this throat is the middle point in between different points of view of connection, we can understand that the throat incarnates the idea of reading different points of view, reading in between different points of view. Okay, so when you are trying to understand two positions and you kind of read these positions in between, in Latin you would call that interlegere, that means to read in between. And that's that word interlegere is the one that in English eventually gives the word intelligence. So what would be intelligence? Intelligence would be the concept of reading in between the lines and understand the entire thing without attaching yourself to the words itself, to the specifics, but to the whole idea. What we relate to intelligence is something related to a previous idea of the past, related to the people that were able to read in between lines. And these people were usually the architects in the past. Why is this? Because for today, we think about the architects as the people that just build buildings, but in the past, the architects were people that had to understand many other things, not only how to build, but also to whom, and the sounds and all these kind of things. So the conceptual, the physical, the architectural, the minerals, the materials, the measurements, the geometry, the numbers, the music, how to build something where people can be inside for honoring a divine, but also to make the perfect sound and be strong enough to hold the structure for a long time. So they have to understand so many things, that the architects in the past were kind of the intelligent people that were able to connect many different topics in one. So this culture of the architects being the ones that are intelligent because they can do so many things brought the concept through time that intelligence is related to the people that knows how to handle numbers, science, chemicals, that knows how to build, to do the numbers, and so on. So all the logics, all the things that are logical and structural are the ones that we relate with intelligence. So remember that in the last 1,000 years, intelligence has been something that conditioned our way of understanding everything, and most of it in our education. Even today, education is something that still talks to us from the point of view of comparing intelligence, and this is because the concept of schools were created by the people that were architects in the past. Remember that in the Renaissance in Europe, the architects, which are the Freemasons, they started to create these new ideas of education that brought the public schools as we have today. So all the teachings were brought from the Greek idea of teaching, of education, which was all about mind, about philosophy, about trying to understand the world from the logics and not from the spirituality. So that's why in our societies we started to measure the intelligence of the people, saying, for example, you have lived that. When the teacher said you have to be like this kid because he was much more intelligent, or these kind of things. So we usually relate intelligence with the person that is able to assimilate much data, a lot of information, and that can hold much information in their heads and solve much more problems, even if the problems have no really meaning. So in the 1980s, a psychologist from Harvard started to study the psychology of the groups of people in society that establish what we call today the multiple intelligence. There are many more intelligence than just solving a problem with numbers. So he started to understand how to manage them, and to understand that there's not only one intelligence, and all the rest were kind of left aside in education. Today in the post, I wrote about the 12th kind of intelligence that we can find, this 12 intelligence, for sure, when you read them, you will feel that not just one of them is the one that you have, but maybe you feel like related to 3 or 4 or 5 of them. And this is because it's not like specifically one intelligence for each person. We all have this kind of intelligence, but some of them are not awakened, and the other ones are awakened. So basically, you can relate to many of them, not only one. So remember that intelligence is not related to abilities or gifts that you have. No, intelligence is related to the possibility, the ability that you have to connect data, to share information, and to understand the environment on the concepts that are happening around you. So remember that intelligence then is not about knowing stuff. It's about the ability to connect data, information. So it's not about you acknowledging a lot of things and having a lot of things in you saying, I am intelligent. No. The thing is, which one of those intelligence is the one that relates much more with me, the one that I can tell, oh yes, I am intelligent in this, recognizing which one of them you are intelligent. And from there, you start to acknowledge that each one of the intelligence needs to work together. It's not that there's only one person that can awake all intelligence and do everything by themselves. Someone that is intelligent needs from other intelligence in order to accomplish a purpose. So this is why we need different kinds of point of view, different kinds of intelligence in order for something to work. Otherwise, it won't work. And this takes us to the to the concept that we have to acknowledge which is our intelligence, and to try to know how can I share it with others for it to be useful in our environment. Remember that it's important for us to recognize which is our intelligence, because most of us sometimes we say I'm not intelligent, and we usually are in love of the people that we think that are intelligent. But what we have to do is to recognize in which intelligence we are the best, and not to compare ourselves with others' intelligence, so we can know what can we give to others, what can we share with others. So you have to discover which is your intelligence and stop comparing with the others' intelligence. So that's it. Let's go to the alignment. The vibration for today is Tse. The statement for today is I am the voice energy.